Welcome to Royal Legacy channel. This is a new name, but same person, same videos. I just changed my game name for a reason that I will explain in my later videos, as it's a long explanation. Today's topic will be about stats. All right. The number one question is, what is stats? All right. Now everyone knows the regular stats of infantry and cavalry and distance and artillery, health, defense, and attack. Right. And try to upgrade that. Well, in this video, I will be explaining my thoughts on stats and the way that I do my stats, and a little bit of why I do my stats. But there's so much that can be said about the topic stats that I could go hours and hours on explaining why and where and how I do it and everything. But I'm going to do general broad for each thing that gives you stats, and hopefully at the end you'll have something, you'll want me to do another video on something specific. So if you have any further questions or want specification of anything, let me know and I'll do a video. Please do comment. I'm doing this for fun, right? And so my goal is not to get likes or even, well, my goal is to get views, and my second goal is to get comments, so I would know what to upload so I can help other people. If I'm uploading wrong content, and content that's not helpful to anybody, I'm not doing what I've been trying to, I'm not fulfilling the reason of uploading any videos on YouTube, right? Because I started this to help other people, mainly for my friends in Kingdom 423. So if they ask me, instead of having to type it all out, in paragraphs and look like I'm spamming them, I give them a broad overview and be like, go to one of my videos and watch them, and I tell them which one to watch. They've been asking for a stat video, so this is it. This is my version, all right? So everything that I say is the way that I'm doing it, not necessarily the way to do it. All right, so let's start with one of the biggest things that give you stats is your airship. There are three sections of the airship that you should be focusing on. The first section is divided into two sections, the assault components and the guardian components, all right? Those two are two different types of components, all right? So the left side, you upgrade. All the components or assault components are just for the left side, and all the guardian ones are just for the guardian ones, all right? So for the assault components, the number one stat is damage, right? So there's four major abilities that I upgrade on the assault side. The devastation, this is distance devastation 2, because it's distance versus infantry damage. Cavalry cannons 1, cavalry versus infantry damage. Cavalry versus distance damage, which is cavalry cannons 3. And distance versus cavalry damage, which is distance devastation 3. Alright, so those four, I would upgrade maybe. So generally, you're supposed to upgrade each one until you can't upgrade anymore. But for those who lack components, or those who are a smaller castle and don't really know, can't really do that, and it's not very beneficial for them to do it, what I would suggest is go do it 5 times. So upgrade this one 5 times. So reset it. Upgrade this one 5 times, and I would upgrade this one 5 times, right? And I just keep walking down the list till I do the 4, right? So now they're all, let me just put them all at level 10. Alright, let's say you did 2 rounds of, you did 2 rounds and you gave each one 10. You upgraded each one 10 times. Sorry. Try to make this simpler, but I feel like I'm making it harder. This one needs to go up to 10. All right. So you don't really understand. So this is the way I would recommend you doing. You reset all your abilities, right? Then for assault, you get these 10, or get these 4 damage abilities to level 10. All right. Now after they're at level 10, march capacity is important. All right. A lot of y'all were probably surprised I didn't even say that to be one of the things to upgrade, and the reason is I rather have stronger troops than more troops, if that makes any sense. I don't want to take any upgrades that I can make with these 4 that actually do most of the heavy lifting for your army, for your troops. I rather upgrade them than use up components upgrading march capacity. Now there will be a time where I have enough to upgrade to level 10, like now, right? Then I would go and upgrade this one to, let's say, level 20. All right. Now we do another. I'm trying to say, after upgrading the first 4 let's say to level 10, you upgrade your march capacity to level 5. Then you upgrade the first 4 to, like, let's say level 20, right? So you take one by one, you do 20, and this is because not that one, all right? This one, all right, and that's because those 4 are the most important stats of the game, all right? Now, this one. So let's say that you finish upgrading them, and let's just say level 30 is the highest upgrade that you can make. Okay, in this case, it's 26. So you get all of these 4 to level 26, right? And you still have some left over, and you've maxed out the amount that you can upgrade those for. Well, then I would go and upgrade your march capacity, but leave some left for your battlefield treatment for those who have all the slots for your airship. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. All right. So that is the order I would do the assault components in. I would do these 4 that do damage first. Now this would probably be about half to a quarter to a half of what I've upgraded the first 4, and whatever's left I'd give to this one. Same reasoning. If I have stronger troops, and I'd rather have stronger troops than save weaker troops, if that makes any sense. So you're done with the assault components. You've upgraded your damage ones and capacity and your battlefield. All the other ones, the ones with the little Batman symbol looking thing, those are for your beast event. So like for the wolf, I would reset my assault abilities and put my beast abilities on there and upgrade them. Would even use speed march speed ups for beast, but never use march speed up. Sorry, hold on. Never use troop march speed for anything but beasts. All right, there's no need to be wasting a slot for one of the 6 that I mentioned. All right, so for the right side, they have their own components just for Guardian, right? The only 2 that I focus on, and in my opinion are the most important, is the infantry cover 1 and infantry cover 2. Those 2 units or abilities reduce the amount of damage your enemy does. So while the left side assault side you upgrade how much you give damage, the right side is reducing. The right side is reducing the amount that your troops are taking from your enemy. So those 2, in my opinion, are the most important. So because there's only 2, I upgrade one at a time, all the way till I can't upgrade, and then I upgrade the other one till I can't upgrade anymore, right? And then next time I get more components for Guardian, I would, if I have one less than the other, I would start with that one and upgrade that one as far as I can. I just kind of take turns until they're pretty much even. And I have a lot left over, and if I need to get help with production, I use those for production. And that's pretty much it. Usually it for production because I like to keep it at those 2, and as soon as I can upgrade one of them, I can just be like boop, instead of having to reset everything to upgrade it at one time. All right, your class when you're attacking should be on hostile. For those who didn't know, as it increases the attack and defense and health of all your troops that go alongside your airship. All right, now another part is assigning your abilities. The 6 that I just mentioned on the left side and 2 that I mentioned should be priority on this screen. All right. Now, if you don't have enough spaces to get all 6, or even get all 8, yeah, sorry, all 8, make sure those 2 yellow ones, Guardian ones, are on there, and then I would take that one out first, and if you still don't have enough room, I would just move that one out. If you really don't have enough room, then I would take another one out. But I think if you're a decent size, and you should be able to hold at least 6. But let's say you want you need more, you need a bigger troop march, all right, to do whatever you're doing. Well, then set your troop march formation like you normally do. Then go back here, remove one of these abilities, put your airship. Oh, sorry, my bad. Put your airship here first. Then set your formations to march. And as they're marching, go back to your airship. Move your march capacity ability and put your other ability on so that you're able to use both abilities interchangeably. And the same thing with if you just have 7 slots, if you need them, if you want battlefield treatment, but you also need march capacity, use march capacity first. Set up your troop. Whatever you're doing, wherever you need to do, attack whoever you need to, right? You occupy, and then you click march, right? Because look on top, the last ability right underneath airship power shows you I have that march capacity, right? So I send, and then I go back, and as your troops are marching, you want to go back here, go to airship abilities, go to assign abilities, swap the march capacity out with your battlefield treatment. So that way you didn't really miss out. You use both abilities. You just gotta be quick. Hopefully your game doesn't lag like mine has been doing so far. But the other thing is these things on the bottom are your well, first your defense and attack should be very similar, except for the fact you should never have your march capacity in a slot. Your march capacity should not be using a slot in your defense because it's unnecessary. And if you don't have enough, like I said, remove your march capacity. And if you still don't have enough, then go ahead and take your battlefield treatment away, because you're being attacked, and it's different from when you are attacking. All right. So these things on the bottom that you see, those are airship parts, embedded parts. That also gives you stats. All right. Like for this one, for example, is Epic Platinum Cannon. I know not everyone is able to have one of those or to be at that level, but I'm just giving you an example. For this one, it gives you attack stats, all right? This one gives you defense, and so on and so on. Now, you see that there's 3 green lights, or 3 dots are green on the first 2, and then this one doesn't, it's all grayed out. Well, there are requirements before each, before the distance and the cavalry and infantry defense stats are activated. So, and it tells you requirement right here. If it's not upgraded all the way, or it doesn't meet the requirements. Like for this one, it says available once airship ability reaches level 20. All right. Well, one of my yellow guys is on, guardian components is on there, level 20, right? This one, sorry. Yeah, this guy right here. So then I would be like, well, I need to upgrade that guy. I'm going to upgrade him just to show you what I'm explaining, because it's a little difficult to explain. So I know before my embedded part stat is activated, the extra 80%, I need to upgrade this one to level 20. All right, so let me upgrade this to level 20. If you're not able to upgrade it, that's fine. But the general rule is the highest embedded part you have matches with your highest ability, so that embedded part can be the stats on there can be activated. So now, as you see, it's level 20. Sorry, level 20, and all 3 lights are on, and all 3 stats are activated. All right. If I had went and attacked someone without that ability being level 20, I would not have gotten the 142.36% stats for all 3 would not have counted in that battle. All right, so that's important. Make sure and for the embedded parts, the only advice I give you is they're expensive, especially after gold. So kind of do as much as you can. Keep up with that. And like I said, keep your airship abilities the highest ones with the highest embedded parts, so you can get as much stats as you can get as you're able to. And really, that's about it. The only other thing that I would say is the way that I explained that you upgrade your airship abilities, where you go around 5-6 times before you hit march capacity, and then you would hit the battlefield treatment, as last. It changes a little bit. It's the same. It's the same in the sense of going and handing out stars, but this time the components are being used for both guardian and assault. So the first 4 I listed, I moved to they come after you put I would put 3 stars on this one and 3 stars on this one before I even start the cycle of the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so they have 1. These already have 3, so maybe I put 4 on here, and then I go back and put 2, and maybe I can't put any more stars on there, so then I go back and focus on the 4. Maybe give march capacity 2 stars, and then last of all, I would give battlefield treatment, whatever's left. Your battlefield treatment should be the last one to get 5 stars, and your march capacity should be second to last. Your damage should be first. Damage. So that's a lot of your stats come from. The other place that comes from is your equipment. Everybody kind of knows that. I'm not going to get into details. Just kind of go show you what I have. For here, I know not everyone can afford, this type of equipment, and all I say is, if you're active and you do the events and you're, and you're actually into it, and trying to learn and be a strategist, just upgrade as you can. Okay, so I know you don't really get part equipment pieces in advance or anything, but if you're level 26 to level 30, you should at least have, or if you're level 26, you should be working on Sun King. You should have at least one piece, if not more. If you're at C30, you should have some Master. And Buccaneer, I actually just won those from the honor chest. You know, maybe bought a few packs to help me get them. So for battle, I wouldn't recommend, if you don't have if you're below Sun King when you're a level C30, you need to, I would advise you, you know, maybe investing a little bit of cash in there. But that's just my opinion. The second part that gives you stats is actually your gemstones. Now, my recommendation for everyone is, well, first, when people see a cavalry attack, this, you know, they want to upgrade these first. All right, and yeah, I have a really good, I have a friend of mine in my kingdom, and she's really good and really strong, but she thinks you need to upgrade your damage, you know, the damage stats. For me, if you're, you know, a small to medium sized castle kind of thing, like 26 to even 30, and then when you reach 30, you would focus on attack. So in between 26, well, really until you reach level 30, focus on your defense and your health of your troops. All right, because this way you're able to withstand bigger hits and bigger players hitting you, and do more damage by not dying, you know, so quickly. You know what I mean? So the order that I would do these gemstones in, and I know not everyone has light stones, and you know not everyone has darkness stones, but the order I would focus in for gemstones is troop health and defense. Or I kind of even them all out, you know. Do maybe 1 or 2 rounds if I have enough. Well, first I would do all of them 1 round. All right, so you know, after I craft this one, right, I'll craft this one, so they're at least all on level 1, right? Then I would probably upgrade the defense and health, but skip the attack, and skip the 2 troop pieces gemstones that I have here, and then on the 3rd round, I would skip attack and go, and I would hit troop health to level 2. So on your 4th round, you're about to hit level 4 for health and defense. I would hit attack again, so they would be on level 2, and you have your troop on level 3. So basically, just find a system that works for you, but distance and health, in my opinion, is more important than attack, unless you're a C30. Alright, those give you stats. Very little do these, but they still give you stats. Accolades, your accolade benefits do stack once you open them. If you remember, if you watched my first video, I mentioned these 4 right here. Very important. But anyway, the point I was trying to make here was I can wear this goofy looking accolade and still receive all of these benefits. Okay, I don't have to be wearing with my, you know, sorry, there it is, my one that I got from achievement, my conquering hero, that gives me 5% troop attack. I don't have to be wearing that to get it, you know. So some people don't understand that, and the Royal Academy of Warfare, it's like there's a lot about that too. So, but general in a broad statement, your Sun King, Master, and Buccaneer all work together to give you more stats. It's similar to what we're going to talk about next, which is the guard. All right, the guards are if you get them in a set, you get extra stats. All right, so for here, I think he works pretty much with anyone, but for the guard, this is the way I have set up. All right, there's 2 types of guards: the combat ones and the non-combat ones. Right, the non-combat ones would be your aide, your innovator, and yeah, just those 2. The rest are able to do combat, and some are combat and non-combat. Like for strategists, you can change it out for a training capacity, and it's not combat. But anyway, my point here is the guards are, you get extra stat benefits if you get them in a set. All right, and it tells you which guards you need and how many stars you need for each one to get each benefit. All right, for this one, we'll start with this guy. There could say it's an Artagnan, I don't know. But anyway, for here it says you point 3 guards at the same time, you activate Dashing Duelist. You look up, and this right here, you see, it tells you what you must get to get specific extra benefits. All right. Here you can see I got 3 of them appointed, so they are active. That Dashing Duelist is activated. I got Kitty, and I got Blanchett. Yep. So those 3 go together, and then this guy and this guy go together. There's also one more set where, all right, maybe I think there may be more, but I know that there's another set with this guy. See, I only got one of those. For a guard, the only advice I give is upgrade there's a trend in the game, all right? There's green, blue, purple, orange, and yellow, all right? And it goes in that order, from weak to strong, from less to most, if that makes any sense, all right? So, generally, if I have this guy and this guy at the same level and same stars, the purple guy gives me more benefit than this blue guy, all right, just because it's a different level guard, all right. It works with resources, it works with pretty much everything else. Just upgrade as you can for combat, but do keep those sets in mind. So the next thing I would mention is Library of War. They give you stats. This is a long one, but generally you have to figure out a way to set up your estate, all right? Now I'm going to explain that at the end. So the thing is, here, once you figure out your strategy, then you can figure out which ones you need to upgrade out, and I'll do that one at the end. Now for research, you should always be doing your main should always be doing combat. If you have combat 2, you should be doing that. You should be doing that as well. In another video, I will show you how to offset the cost of research, such as this one's ridiculous. Some of these are ridiculous amounts that you have to have, and I can't really find one right now, but like 1 million iron. No, that's not 5 million food. Like with 5 million food, I could train a whole, 10,000 troops with the equipment. Anyway, combat 2 should always be cooking. All right. The other thing that gives you stats is glory banners. There are the buildings inside from your wall to your lookout tower over. They give you they're the only buildings that can give you stats for. You can only use. They're the only buildings you can use glory banners on to receive stats. All right. Ones you should focus on. Ones that give you damage. All right. You see the pattern? Damage. You see damage? Go for it. Damage reduced or damage given. All right. The that you should be focusing on is your trap factory, your warehouse. Sorry. I don't think this is one. Oh yeah, your embassy. I don't think your embassy, your munitions exchange, your forge, and then I just kind of and look at the trade station. And trade station. Those are the ones inside the inner wall. And then of course your gate and your lookout tower also need to be brought to attention that those should be upgraded before, again, as I said, before any of these cavalry attack, health, and defense, just like the gemstones, right? I wouldn't focus on the attack until I got my damage and defense set up, all right? So focus on damage first, then do defense, all right? Your castle just gives you, troop health, attack, and defense, all right? So that's for what I do for glory banners. Focus on damage, then do health, defense, and then do attack. The other thing that gives you a small amount of stats is your creation, or your catacombs, sorry. The bottom right, once you reach level 5, you receive 30% extra troop health, attack, and defense. So do make sure you're at least at level 5. I'm not sure if it goes above that because I haven't passed it yet. I'm sure Gun needs knows, so we can ask him. Another thing that gives you... what else gave you? Lord Talents is the other thing. So you go to your Lord Talents when you're about to fight, or you're about to attack someone. Reset your your talents to War Talents. If you don't really know, should I do this and this, or should I just do one and move on? To start out, I'll go as far as I can, but do not be upgrading your artillery and wasting your points on artillery. It's useless, pointless. All right, unless you have to, like this and this one right here. All right. So here's what I'm gonna close with. This whole game is based on strategy, hence it being called a strategy game, right? So you need to figure out first, and I've showed you pretty much all of it. If I missed one, let me know in the comments below, by the way. And I'm not talking about buffs, okay? I'm talking about stats that you are not on a time limit, all right? So If I missed one, let me know. I'm sure I did. But what I was going to, I'm going to end with this. Yeah, in order to understand the game, you need to know what the point of it is. The point is to have the most damage and to receive the less damage than anybody else. That way, you're the strongest lord. I mean, that sounds cliche, to be be the strongest lord, but really to have fun and to really learn, you have to have a plan. All right, the number one answer book is your your battle reports. I don't know how many people just like look at it and see, it's a victory. Just, they kind of scroll right here and that's it. Maybe they even scroll through the first half, right? The first half, it's important, yeah. But the second half is what truly determines the outcome of the battle, all right? Make sure you be focusing on that. And, like a defeat, a lot of people don't look at, what happened, why did I lose? So I look and I don't remember exactly why for this one, but if I want more details, and you should be looking at these battle details and look extra. Sometimes you may have the wrong guard on, or in this case, don't remember what the reason was, but I look and I study. Look, I look at what I had, and I look at what the enemy had, and I note, oh well, I need to upgrade that, or oh man, how did I do that? Battle reports is the answer. You don't study, you don't learn. All right. So your battle plan, you need to first figure out how or what gives you stats. All right, and then what I would do is this. Once I would get a piece of paper, write down everything that gets stats, right? Write down what the stats are. So, for example, Castle Glory level, Troop Health Attack Defense upgrade, all right? And, oh, I forgot Coat of Arms, my bad. I'll do that later. But you figure out you find out each thing that gives you stats, and then you find out how you want to play the game, all right? It's kind of like it's like a stat generator. It's like, all right, I know everything that gets me stats, right? Well, then now I'm going to reset everything, all right? For gemstones, you can go ahead and dismantle them because you can craft them immediately afterwards. But make sure that it's not a gemstone that you received from an event or like the honor chest, right? So let's say I had the shining light right here, right? Instead of flawless darkness. Well, then I would know I didn't spend it's darkened like this. Well, then I would know I got my light stone from an event. So if I dismantle it, I can't craft it back unless I activate the handbooks, and everybody knows that's pretty expensive. So be cognizant of which ones you dismantle. But I would recommend dismantle all the ones you can, removing all of your equipment, resetting your airship abilities and your enhancement stars, and then I would reset or remove your embedded parts. The coat of arms gives you stats, and I'm going to explain a little bit of how that works. Then remove those if you're able to dismantle them. Same thing with the gemstones. Make sure that you're able to craft them immediately afterwards. All right. So basically, write down all the stuff that gives me stats. Remove all the stuff that I can without dismantling stuff that I can't craft back. Then I figure out, do I want to focus on my distance? Do I want to focus on my barracks or my infantry, or do I want to focus on my cavalry? Now, artillery, don't be wasting, as I said, I keep repeating myself, but do not be wasting anything on there. Wasting anything on the artillery. So, for example, I focus on the cavalry. I use the War Masters, or I'll use the distance and infantry to defend the cavalry. So, at any given battle report, I should expect infantry to be gone and distance to be infantry I should have the most losses with the infantry, the second with the distance, but I should have more cavalry because I have 2 units defending it. All right, now this is how the war books play in. The way I have it, I don't want to give too much away, too much detail, but I have it where that's why I have the cavalry is a little bit more stronger. I have it upgrade a little bit more in the cavalry. And you think, well, why not distance or even infantry But I have it on kind of like an attack. All right, that's where I get one of my attack stats, and that's really the main point is this: you're spreading your stats. All right, for here, one of the books I use for cavalry damage. Right, well, if I use it for cavalry damage here, I would then decide, well, okay, that's not really enough cavalry damage, so here I would focus a little, upgrade these a lot, a lot more than I would any other of these, because I'm trying to get, I'm trying to even out my stats for cavalry, right? So this is where I get most of my cavalry stats from. It's just an example, right? And these, I do what I can, but I don't go out of my way to upgrade them. All right. But I would go to the gemstone and be like, well, I'm going to focus the defense and health of my infantry. I'm going to focus on the defense and health and get those stats from gemstones. Well, then you focus on that and gemstones. All right. The research, then you'd be like, well, I need to focus a little bit more on troop. All right. So then you work on troop, health, attack, and basically you're spreading your stats out, and you're not using all of them all at once, if that makes any sense. All of your stats work together. Okay, your guards work together with your equipment and gemstones, and your research, your coat of arms, your library of war are your hidden stats, and those are, if you have extra money, spend it on that. Your glory banners, all right, really your creation. If you're not on level 5, I wouldn't focus on your catacombs. Really, I wouldn't use catacombs as a way to spread a stat out, if that makes any sense. All right, so basically this video is about what gives you stats, what I do to get stats, right? I focus on cavalry, right? So after I do my damage, from my glory banners and my airship, I go and do some defense in my gemstones. And same thing with equipment, right? So if you're kind of pretty leveled out, and then you're like, well, which piece should I get the next? Which one of these 4 should I get next? And this is my level, right? You may be you may just be demon hunter, and that's fine. And you're like, well, which one of these should I be getting? Well, look over kind of like your whole estate and be like, where do I have everything at? Where am I lacking most, or where am I trying to focus more on so that I don't have to focus on it later? Let's say, for example, I'm really lacking in my troop stats, because then I could use one of these. Like, there's troop health, troop attack, there's troop defense, and kind of whatever you're lacking, you kind of you little by little you upgrade your things that give you stats. All of them are equally spread out, and that you're not heavy-sided, if that makes any sense. So I'm sure what I explained was confusing. If I was, please let me know. If I wasn't, also let me know. If you want details, more specifics, I'll devote a whole video. Like, if you want more details on Airship, I'll do a video on Airship. It's just, I talk so much, I'm still learning how to I guess, do a video and upload a video that is tasteful and not just a waste of time. So I'm still working on that, and it would greatly help if some of y'all would, comment. I don't even ask for likes. I just want you to comment something and be like, "Good job," or "Hey, that was pretty trashy." I didn't get nothing out of it. Well, then let me know. All right, I'm here to help. I want to help. I enjoy helping people, and I enjoy helping them grow, and it's fun to see them grow in the game. And it's like, well, why don't you do YouTube videos? It's fun. And I kind of like fiddling around with that kind of stuff. So that's that about stats. I'm sure I've missed several other ones. If I did, let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much the overview of stats from me. There are other videos that I'm going to post later on about different topics, but my device is full of storage, so I have to clean it out. So anyway, I'm hoping to do a couple more videos and get a couple more of you guys to comment and let me know what's going on. Interact with me, So thank you for watching. This is the Royal Legacy. I will be changing the thumbnails for all the other videos and renaming them, possibly redoing them because throw a wave on them, or I might just leave them. It just depends. I'm just kind of in a phase where, if this works, if this goes smoothly and it's not frustrating me, and y'all are getting at least something out of it, then yeah, I'll continue doing it. But if nothing changes and it seems like no one's learning anything, I might just take a break from it for a while. But anyway, I hope you learned something. Please let me know, and stay tuned for my next video. This is the Royal Legacy in Kingdom 423.